Hello and welcome back to That LA Garage. Today we're going to continue with diagnosing the smoking issue after the new turbos were installed. If you want to get caught up, there's 2 videos or 3 videos before this that you could catch up to the situation. So those who are following up with this, I'm going to bring you up to speed. So I was able to take out the turbo inlet. And remember I said there was a check valve in it, so I ordered a new one, but I might even cancel the order, because after I took it out, I checked the check valve and it works fine. I can blow into it, and then when I suck in, it plugs it up. It stops it. So that check valve is good. I cleaned it up obviously before I started blowing on it and all that. I'm going to reinstall our catch can that I adjusted the spring a little bit. I don't know if that's going to make it any difference. I'm still waiting on this part to come in. The main thing that I did here is, if you remember, there was this small check valve. I did clean it out and it seems to be working a little bit better. So maybe the oil kind of had something to do with it. But instead of installing it in there, I decided to get a different one, a brass one. There's a small spring in there to help it to seal quickly, and also there is a rubber gasket as well there to help it seal better. Because that's what the problem I've been having with this is, if I gave it gradual pressure, it would like leave a small leak going out. So this one seems to be a better, higher quality check valve. So I'm going to put that in as well. And I'm going to reuse this right now just to check it. I think, you know, if I was just going to do this one time, I would just change this hose as well. But since I'm waiting on it, why don't I check 2 things. Basically, I'm going to check to see if the check valve is going to do any different, have any difference, and also if the spring here, I don't know which one will be the culprit or anything. So for now, we're doing just 2 changes, and we're going to see if it's going to stop smoking. And then later on I could always reinstall this, but if it continues to smoke, then after I change the new one of these, we'll see if this was the reason. But a big thing for today is finding out that this check valve on the turbo inlet is good. It was a pain in the ass to pull out. A few things that I needed to do if you ever need to take it out is I lowered the engine by removing the bolt onto this engine mount on this one side, and I had more space to play with it, but it was still really tight to get out. Those are really kind of meant to go in when you're installing, before you install the engine, but it's still doable with the engine in there. So let me reinstall this and I'll keep you guys up to speed. Alright, so I installed the air oil separator, the turbo inlet, the plenum, and all the hoses behind it with the new check valve. So let me just give you a quick look of what it looks like here. I'm about to perform a boost leak test on that portion of it. What I'm trying to do over here is, last time when we separated this side and that side, it held pressure. You know, it came down at a very slow rate, but it held pressure. Now, by adding more pieces, we're going to find out what is causing the leak, or if the check valve did prevent air going to the air oil separator down there. So I'm gonna pressurize it right now. Oh, let's give it 20 something, right? Oh, it's holding a lot better. Right there was 30, right? Oh shit. All right, let me reinstall this so we could do our test again. All right, take 2. Let's go. 5, 11, 21. It's holding it pretty good. I'm gonna bring it up to 30 and see if I hear any hissing. All right, that's 31. That's 31, and for now, I'm just gonna spray some soapy water. I don't hear anything, but let's see if we get some bubbles. But so far looks good. If this works out, I'm gonna add more. I'm gonna put the intercooler piping, like the rest of the Y pipe, back on, because the intercooler is back on, and then I'm going to test further down the system from the intercoolers and check the whole boost system. And if it works, hopefully it's gonna stop smoking. Alright, so I finished the boost leak test. I assembled everything, put everything back together, and I went for a drive. So in the beginning, in the first 2-3 minutes, nice. I also before anything actually, I let it idle outside, nice, reach temperature, let it sit outside for like 15-20 minutes, running, no smoke, drove around the block a few times, twice actually, and everything is perfect. I would have tiny little bit of smoke as I guess the exhaust and the turbos, everything started heating up, getting some heat in it. I started getting a little bit more and more smoke again, and when I come to a stop, it'll smoke up again, but like, let's just say 15 or 20% of what it was before. So it's definitely gotten a lot better. I don't know, it gotten a lot better because I cleaned everything, and we need time till everything gets filled and saturated with oil. So that's one theory, one thing that it can be, or everything just needs to burn off whatever was left. Maybe there's probably some in the intercooler or in the an intake manifold. So I just took off the Y pipe because I wanted to look here and see if we started accumulating oil on the, on those golf balls that we saw before. And let me see if I could show you guys. So far, bone dry, which I'm very happy about. So I think I'm just gonna take this car home with me today and continue driving it and getting whatever is out, and we'll see. If it continues smoking and it gets worse, then whatever we did was not the main problem. I do feel a lot less lag. Like the throttle is a lot more punchy because of the check valve that we just changed, I believe. Made the boost come up a lot faster. When I did the boost leak test, I didn't hear the hissing that I usually hear from the air oil separator. I no longer hear it from there after doing the boost leak. So I'm gonna put the Y pipe back on and drive it for the weekend, and we'll see what happens afterwards. Hopefully it's solved. So I guess this is now I became a vlogger. So that's the end of this episode. I'll get back to you guys after this weekend. We'll see what happens, and till then, I'll see you then. Please like, subscribe, comment below if you have any ideas what else it can be. Another one thing actually, somebody mentioned to me that there's a restrictor inside the Y pipe, the factory Y pipe. One of these guys have a restrictor in it. It's kind of hard to see, but this one does, because there's some Y pipes you buy that don't have the restrictor in it that can cause these types of issues, but this one does, so it's not that. So that's off the checklist. So till then, I'll talk to you then.